Yo, what's up guys, Sachin here, and this is the iPad Pro 10.5 inch. Now look, I know it's a bit old by over 7 months or so, but the difference is just so small that it's just like a dot. Now this iPad, as you might have known, is the successor of its 9.7 inch brethren. With almost a new design that is stupendous and extremely thin that comes in at 1.03 pounds, sure it looks just like the old one from the outside. Yup, on the top we have power, speakers on either side, a headphone jack, two microphones, one up at the top and the other at the back. On the bottom we also get two speakers and then a lightning port for charging and data transfer. On the left towards the center you get the same smart keyboard connector just like before. On the top right corner we get volume rockers. With respect to the back, we have our new and improved 12 megapixel eyesight camera and a quad LED True Tone flash. Then we get a beautiful stainless steel Apple logo at the center as that of any Apple product. On the front top towards the center, we have our 7 megapixel FaceTime HD camera. On the bottom center, we have our home button, which incorporates the second gen Touch ID fingerprint scanner. And last but not the least, correctly aligned at the center is the beautiful 10.5 inch display, which I'll talk about in a bit. So yeah, looks quite the same just like its predecessor, but inside, it's a whole new story. This guy is rocking an Apple A10X Fusion chip, 4 gigs of RAM, standard 64 gigs of storage, and a decent 30.4 watt-hour battery to last you more than a day. So yeah, pretty powerful specs. Now again, up at the front is the beautiful 10.5 inch fully laminated LCD Retina display with IPS technology. It has an upgraded resolution of 1668 by 2224 with a pixel density of approximately 265 pixels per inch. This display is also a P3 type which uses a wider color gamut. The display also averages in about 73% screen to body ratio. So hardware-wise, the bezels on the side are a bit thin than they were before. But what really makes this display different from others is its fluidity. That's because this display has a dynamic refresh rate of up to 120 Hz that kills the static 60 Hz of the previous one. So system animations are fluid, scrolling never felt so good. It's hard to show this under normal recording, but it really makes a difference. It's that good. Now here's a shot recorded in slow motion and the difference is pretty noticeable. You can see the delay in that line following my fingers on the 60 Hz display, whereas there is almost no delay with the 120 Hz. Now driving this beast is an 8-month-old Apple-designed A10X Fusion chip. Now this is not a chip to be confused with the A10 chip found on the iPhones. This guy is clocked at 2.27 GHz. Translating hardware-wise, it's fast. Like, really fast. Handling day-to-day tasks is just like grass, if you know what I mean. Running graphic-intense games like Asphalt 8 Airborne doesn't seem to bother it at all. So running a few tests from the Geekbench, we got a single-core score of 3871 and a multi-core score of 9297. On the graphics side, we got a staggering compute score of 29,467. Sure, it's not the latest one as the A11 Bionic chip is already out powering the latest flagships, that is the iPhone 8, 8 Plus and the futuristic iPhone 10. But gotta say, this is a powerhouse. Software-wise, you know that this is running iOS 11.3, that is the latest firmware, and handles pretty well without any issues. But not only the iPad is powerful, but it also shoots pretty well. With a 12 megapixel sensor, f1.8 aperture, 6-element lens, it takes beautiful shots. The colors tend to be a bit on the natural side just like the one on the iPhones. The system also includes a quad LED True Tone flash. It also records video up to 4K at 30 frames per second. But it still doesn't mean that you should be taking pictures every time. I would rather suggest you to take that phone out of your pocket and take a picture, if you know what I mean. Just don't go crazy about the public. Talking about the FaceTime HD camera, it has also been updated. We're talking about 7 megapixel sensor capable of recording 1080p HD video with f2.2 aperture, body and face detection and more. The system also includes the Retina flash taken from the iPhones. Now powering all of these components is the 30.4 watt-hour Apple-designed battery. Even after 2.5 days of intense usage that includes gaming, web, and YouTube, I still got around 17% left, which is impressive. That is because of its decent capacity with the combined efficiency of the A10X Fusion chip that makes it. It still keeps that classic iPad standby time, meaning that you can keep the iPad fully charged, come back after a week or so, and it will be at 82%. Yeah, impressed with the battery as well. The iPad Pro 10.5-inch cannot just be considered a regular iPad. It can also support accessories that are specifically made for iPad's display and size. The first one is Apple Pencil, that is basically a $100 stylus so that you can use it to write or draw or whatever. The second one is the Smart Keyboard Connector, which is another $160 product. Now, as I have shown earlier, the 3 circles on the left side connect to the 3 pins on the keyboard, which literally allows you to type. All of these accessories, including the baseline iPad Pro 10.5-inch, will cost you a total of approximately $910, which would burn your pocket if you know what I mean. Now, this entire system is what Apple calls it Pro, but otherwise I think it's just another powerful iPad. The iPad Pro 10.5-inch baseline will cost you $649 and can go all the way up to $999 for 512 gigs. Now, the respective prices of the iPad Cellular is listed here. This iPad comes in 4 colors, that is gold, rose gold, space gray, and silver. So the iPad Pro 10.5-inch is one of the best in its own class, with high efficiency, stupendous display, great camera, powerful specs, and a stunning design. This is one of the best iPad ever, I would say. So what do you think about the iPad Pro 10.5-inch? Is it really worth the upgrade? Let me know that in the comments below. Also, which color do you prefer? Let me know that too in the comments below. So aside from that, hope you liked watching this video, and if you did, don't forget to give a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you have yet to see more of the type of videos like this one. And don't forget to turn on e-notifications for both desktop and mobile. For mobile, by simply clicking the bell icon next to my channel so that you're notified whenever a new video like this one comes out. Alrighty guys, that's gonna do for me in this video. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. This is Sachin, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.